Hello, Rings. Thank you for joining us on this broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Alright. Alright, Storm Area 51 is, I guess it's on its way. At least it will be throughout the night, from what I heard. Great. Oh well. Distractions, etc. Okay, alright, we're going to keep connecting anyway. Oh, I don't need that. Oh, 1 second. Jeez. Freaking cats. Alright, yeah, as soon as I sit down and get ready, cats come crying out the door. And they're not coming in. Move outside. So, yeah, it just gets into that concentration. It's been a long day. Okay, so with, I was going to do something a little bit different. Oh yeah, for the alien experiences too, I have one more thing I was going to add that I didn't mention yesterday, or the other day. Yeah, I think it was this year. I can't remember anymore. It was like the visit from a dark elf, and you can just feel an angry elf standing next to you for like 2 days. It was quite. I don't know what the hell I did. I forgot what it was. It was awesome. I think it was, if I remember right, I got a message about the angels are connected to the Atlanteans, and then the dark elves showed up. And then some time passed, and I connected to the things called the Sentinels. You got the Sentinel. It's part of the comics, and like real large, kind of spooky being, AI beings, I guess, something like the alien beings. And apparently, I should not have been connected. I didn't channel it, but I just realized what it was. And I guess I can suck your energies out or something like that. Yeah, I just got an indication there. And then a dragon showed up. I just felt it. Didn't see it, just felt it. So, stuff's going on. So, for this connection, wanted to do, channel like the reptilians and get it from their point of view. Of course, I heard a sound here before I went live. Nothing's here. And of course, the cats are start talking, so somebody's here. So, I was looking at other interviews about reptilians, how, or clearing out the discernment so you can see them, like, use the lingo so you can clear out the third dimension so you can see them. I'm not going to go into that, but there's a better language for it, but that's the best vocabulary I have for that right now. So, we're going to connect to the reptilians and get their point of view of stars being destroyed, why, and just they want to be heard. And yeah, the Draconians, I'm usually connected to the Draconians. They're usually the worst ones of them all, or the more, however you call it, the most aggressive of them all. I just want to get it from their point of view. And even talk about the Greys possibly, and whatever else is going on. So, more like connected to aggressive reptilians, but not the negative side of it. Just, of course, it might be repetitive. Either way, just to get their point of view in general, and see if there's anything that is anything new you can pick up on. I just felt like this is a good, if we're going to release from the third dimension, whatever the hell that's going to be. But that's right, that was the other thing. One thing they did show me when I was thinking about connecting to this, obviously they use, different ways of looking at religion. Religious figures that are very positive to hide the darkness. They set them up all over the place when they take over a planet. When they shut down the species like ours and just do their own experiments, whatever it might be. But obviously, the collective of that world agrees on it. So, just like the religion, religion's like, I guess, sort of friendly. I don't know which religion you're connecting to, but it's just to hide the facade of what's going on. So, and it's not always religion. I mean, for our world it's religion, but for other worlds it's something else. You put these so-called positive people in front, cult leaders, whatever. They all look positive. They all have this kind of one-sided way of looking at things. There's nothing wrong with that, but what lies behind of what's being covered up is a lot more complex. So we'll just sort of see where this goes. I'm not going to go dark. I mean, just whatever they like to. It feels like they have something to say here. Let's put it that way. Better give it a shot. See what we get. So I don't think I've gone in that direction in a while. So be educational. Let's see, rabbitoto.com. We have press sessions throughout the week. This is the scheduler. We're on a channel. The Google Hangout Zoom channel. Well, you see that right there. You have the shop also. I've for some I'm still on November 8th, but for others I'm getting 10 days in some degree. So I'm catching up tomorrow. I'll definitely do a better catch up. You have the same situation here. The channels and heroes I do recommend have social network and the rabbit and all its awesomeness. Thank you for your support. I do have another project or something I'm gonna make public, but I'm nowhere near ready for it, but it's in the process. So looking forward to it if I ever get a moment for it. So alright, here we go. Should be interesting. Alright, blessings. Greetings with the Draconians. Your planet, yes, your human is, as you can see, trying to figure itself out. There's many mysteries of the world, many mysteries of other universes are brought to this planet. So you're not just solving your own mystery, you're solving other mysteries of other places. Yes, some reptilians got aggressive and still are, of different worlds. Not just them, the Carrions play a big role in it. As basically, to give you an example, some Carrion beings arrive on a planet as in alien form and warn the people of what's to come. If it's the end of their planet, or it's a control mechanism, they warn the alien beings. Now, if the Carrions aren't always getting what they want, the Reptilians come in to take it down. Or destroy it. Now, most of the time, they're not out to destroy a planet at all. They want to keep its resources. It's all about the resource, all about the crystals. The Greys are used to basically modify the planet's ecosystem. They can tap into it and use technologies to control it. That doesn't always last very long, but it's also to drain its resources too. So there's different ways of how we operate. I realize also, yes, some might feel as this is unnecessary or we're just a pain in the ass. But once again, we go to worlds that aren't growing. Worlds have gotten stale and boring. Your world might be stale and boring, but it's always growing. It might seem boring, but it's actually growing great in the depths within itself. So there's different ways of looking at. Yes, we don't always get along with the felines. The felines have their own way. We do piss them off quite a bit. We do take over feline worlds. Of course, it doesn't always go so well with most of their councils. Orion is a hangout. Many of us go to. We have taken over Orion many, many times and lost it many, many times. It's been conquered so many times we can't even keep track of it anymore. In some ways, Orion is very similar to your planet. It is very diverse. Of course, they're more aware of what's going on than yours. Meaning that every being in the universe had their way with the place. So everybody has a little bit of a little bit of everybody, like you're on your world. Everybody has all these different DNAs, and just like, you know, there's beings dolphin, half felines. Like, where the hell did that come from? Some of those aren't always the most pleasant to look at, but it always gives you the detail. Now, your animals on your world came to balance your Earth's energies. Now, we're not necessarily here to cause mayhem on your planet. We are here to help you find your faults. And we show people their faults, and they don't seem to care and continue on. It's kind of to give us the middle finger, say, hey, look, you're all screwed up. This is where you can fix yourself. And then we get the middle finger from your people, and so it's like, okay, fine. If you want to keep making the same mistakes over and over, please do. Now, not all humans are like that. But it is basically, your world's been kind of stuck in its old, its old cycles. Now, Draco's, many reptilian beings don't want to see your world. It's like it's a contest. Who can slow your world down? Who can keep it from ascending? Yeah, that might not do us much good karma-wise, but hell, what do we care? We got nothing better to do. And especially when many get a negative karma, they can just reincarnate on their planet. And yeah, it might be hell, but hell, I mean, it's like, this is, yes, the Wild West of your universe. However you want to look at it. Some reptilians are very, yes, extreme. Some draconians at the highest level want to, yes, purge a sun, take its energy, and wipe it out. Now, that is not exactly, it doesn't go well with karma, but it does haunt you for a very, very long time. And some planets, yes, can be pulled into a sun and destroyed. Black holes can also be created, but you gotta know what you're doing. You can use Arcturian energies. You gotta really be a very powerful magician to do something like that, but it is possible. And it's also possible to capture an energy being too, a sun being, a Silver Surfer type of being that flies the cosmos. You can find them and abuse the hell out of their abilities. This is where a lot of our weapons come from, the energies. You know, it just comes from the being itself. It comes from their DNA. It's a little bit complicated here, but so yes, your pentagon's manipulating your planet. Now, if your pentagon was not shaped as a pentagon and not called the pentagon, you probably have less negativity on your planet this time. Yes, it's a portal. It's pulling you from all different dimensions. It's not exactly a friendly face. Your Statue of Liberty is kind of doing the same way too, but nowhere near as much as your pentagon. Now, even your tall buildings, your skyscrapers, are actually, yes, antennas. For what exactly? Yes, they do complicate your planet, don't they? This is not, no, there are reptilians, and then there are extreme reptilians. Extreme reptilians, some of them completely lost their minds, and there's no way to control them. Yes, and many of them can destroy a sun. They don't usually do it to planets, but they do go to energy sources such as suns and cause a lot of havoc there. It's usually impossible to destroy a sun, but it's not impossible. It's just not likely, but it can happen when they truly want to. It has to be a group effort, but once one does it, others usually attack it also. For selfish reasons. They don't really care the repercussions of it. The karma, yes, is fierce, but they don't care. A lot of beings do go on from your planets, go into the lower levels, your lower astral, your demonic realms. A lot of archons are there, gathering information. Your archons have actually made a palace of it. Your mansions that look like the devil lives there is an archon energy magic magician, however you want to look at it, to absorb energies. Look how pretty it is. Don't you want to come in so it absorb your soul? Not all of it's demonic, but there is a lot of demonic energies here. And it's information. Yes, all of you have secrets. And when you connect to the demonic realms, your secrets are now their secrets. So they learn from your experiences. They can soak up everything within you. And yes, your soul can become very dried up. Is it destroyed? No, but it takes a heavy beating. Once again, souls that go into a demonic realm can hit so much negativity, they instantly go into the light. It's like some of them keep absorbing until they can't take it anymore. And then they go and some of them become angels. Some become very powerful archangels. When you've seen so much hell, there's only one other way to go. So you've wondered where some of your archangels are coming from. They go a little bit deeper into your energy fields. Let's see. Yes, the Pope isn't exactly what they say they are. The Pope is bringing in energies, dimensions. He's not fully aware of it, but he realizes he's not alone. He realizes there are beings that are watching him constantly, and it's not exactly the most welcoming energy field. That's all we're allowed to say at this time. There's Arcturian energy here. We will leave you be. Blessings. Greetings to you. With Arcturians, love and light. We have to realize that reptilians are created to test realities, test the soul. To pull it in all kinds of directions. One of them to bring it down to its lowest energy field. Many of us as Arcturians are also to bring in magic to worlds, such as yours. Agartha has its own magic, but Arcturians add to that magic and allow more beings to connect. As an Arcturian, we assisted with your human species to be allowed more DNA to be added to it, because a lot of beings hit their limit. You had much potential, and that potential, yes, has been a double-edged sword, but now you're figuring yourselves out over time. The fear is being let go of of many of you that are aware. Consciousness is removing. Your Zetas are becoming more friendly to your planet, because they realize that some of you are realizing they exist, and you're having a nice talking to them, let's put it that way. And many of them just don't want that kind of intention, so they're either backing off or changing their ways. But many of them are grateful for your connections. Now, where you are heading as a species is the polar shifts. We say not to worry of that. There's no reason. Yes, it's always doing something, and sometimes it does scare people because to get you going in another direction. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. So your world, many of you will know it's happening, but many of you will be fully prepared for it. Financial collapse not likely. Financial money shift not likely yet. You have some time with that. What matters most is your political climate to calm down. See, what's happening is that a lot of timeline shifts are happening during your politics on your planet. Most of your American president, as basically there's a lot of energies being shifted to give out false idea systems. Many of you know what's coming, but most of your population is not, because they're bred in a low vibration. It's like being you grow up in a garden of just complete negativity, and seeing anything, it's like you're just going by what your parents, the trees, are telling you, what you've grown up with. Even the trees can have their moments. Even your trees can be very political, which also adds a little bit more detail where politics comes from. Politics, a lot of it comes from nature. A negative nature, or however you want to look at it, an aggressive nature that wants things the way they think it should be. The ruling of your planet. Nature plays a big role. So if you have trees that want your world to think a certain way, you'd be surprised how powerful they truly are. You might see them as just a normal tree, but think again. So next time you look at, a volcano is the same way. Trees many times dictate the energies of your planet. Notice you have a great deal of them, part of oxygen. they do play a role here. It's up to you to connect to that energy. You might feel them talking to each other, and some are very pleasant, some are like, whoa, dictatorship going on there. It does happen. It's just in your consciousness you're not allowing it to come through. Yet. As yes, many just call it bogus energies, you're not connecting to anything. Many are actually connecting more with Source than you realize, and Source is a little bit too crazy for your reality here. As your reality has fictionalized a lot of truths, and now you're bringing those truths into physical form through you. As you speak the truth that's very similar to a lot of your fiction, such as alien beings, many have difficulties digesting. But when you speak about aliens, any type of elemental being, you're bringing that energy, you're bringing into your reality. So, and then many of you tap into it, and you continue to bring it into you. So your aliens are being brought in, your angels, elementals, etc. are slowly. So the more you talk about it, you can think about it too. But as you talk, you can talk to anybody. As you say its name, it's heard. It's brought into your consciousness. You're ready to bring it out. But when you're saying it in your mind, it's one thing. Speaking, it's a whole nother deal. Now, many of you walk around saying alien, alien, alien to bring them in, but it doesn't work like that. But sort of, but not really. Just be yourselves. Yes, because the more you realize, the more conversation. Like people talk about war, the next thing you got war. Maybe you want peace, next thing you got peace. It all has to do with the mind sending out knowledge. And you are, so yes, you can go on your internet to Google trends, but you can't really see what people are talking about on a vibrational level. We can, but technically you can too. How does the world feel? Does it feel like it's shifting? It's always shifting, but there are major shifts coming, yes. Major shifts to push some of you out of where you live to somewhere else, because you need to be in a new location as the earth changes its ways. Some of you just have no whatever I do, you have to move. So, but many of you need to stay put also, because we need balance. It's kind of like checkers on a board, or on or chess. It's kind of the same thing. Some pieces just sit there for a while. You can say checkers is the same way. And there are other pieces that are moving all over the place. That's how your world operates. Now, as an Arcturian being, yes, we can tap into your Earth's energies and see pretty much not exactly what you are doing, but the vibrations of the day. Where's everybody going? What's the consciousness saying for us to, is Mother Earth telling us to stay back? We don't call your world children, but Mother Earth will always see humans as children. And she sees herself as mother. It's just, no matter how old you are, she's going to still call you a child. You can be 1,000,000 years old, she'll call you a child. Yes, when you've been through what she's been through, it's a whole other story. But many of you are choosing to be a father and Mother Earth of other worlds too. So you're wondering why you're here. Why am I going through all this hardships? Why am I going through all this abuse? Why am I in these bad relationships? Many of you are warning from that because you're going to create your own world, either with all that or without it. So there's much more. Yes, it's a little bit complicated, but you'd be surprised because you can take a situation and go further with it. A situation with a family. It's like the movie goes on, you take pieces of your reality and take it to other worlds and expand on it. Like if your family's energy, say like it's, well, let's say not so friendly family energy, and put that energy on a planet, and that's all you got there. And then you bring in another family to come to calm all that down. But you're learning through their experiences. That's kind of how it works with planets. It's a little more complicated, but I think you have an idea. So what does it create? A theme of the planet. Every world has several themes, but it does have a main theme. Your world theme is not going to let me say it, but it is part of diversity. challenges, obviously. But another thing is to change the reality of your universe. To take a species of human that forgot everything from spirit and became very similar to your ape people, actually, your ape beings, because they're very hard-headed too. And many felines are the same way. You mix an ape and a feline into a human energy. Of course, there's many more energies going on. And to see where that goes. Yes, you've slowed down your ascensions many, many times. That won't happen this time. Because many of you are, yes, had enough of the old. And trust me, Spirit has definitely heard it. Spirit beings tell us how, many of them are losing their minds also. And they're in spirit, they're being tested by your world greatly. So there's the power, because you can shift your energies of your spirit world. Meaning, a child can get everybody's attention in the spirit world. And there's a lot of beings in the spirit world to bring more attention here to the situation of that child. Because spirit guides, as much as they speak, aren't always listened to. Not every spirit being understands your situation. I know it sounds complicated, but some of you make yourself so complicated, a spirit guide can't figure you out. Some can, they'll figure you out, but they can't explain it to others. I know it sounds strange, but that's where you go to other universes and other beings. I know it sounds strange, but your spirit world isn't as arranged nicely as you would think. It is disconnected like yours, but it's disconnected from your planet. They all know what they're doing. Well, but when they connect to your planet, they don't always know what the hell's going on. That's part of their growth too. If they don't understand how your planet works, they have their own growth in spirit. It's nothing like here, though. It's absolutely nothing. They get a post-it note, then they figure it out. Let's put it that way. On your world, you might take 10, 20 years to learn one lesson. Spirit world can be very quickly, but they don't learn the impact of it as much as you do here. This is the world, yes, you come into, yes, to experience pain. Maybe experience way too much of that, but also advance the spirit world along with it. Expands this universe. This universe is trying to be stronger than other universes, so it's harder. It's trying to be more diverse and more complicated, but it's trying to be stronger in the long run. So your world is kind of like the bullet to make it happen. Difficulty world here, difficulty universe here. Many beings come in this universe. Like, what were we thinking? Now we have 10 Zeta Grays around our ship, and they're going to cast us out in space or take us in and do, modifications to our DNA. So, yes, you live in a world that's very different than other universes. Yes, you have nothing compared to for right now. But as you connect to the multiverse, you'll be connected to multi-universes too. Where this world is peaceful and all the other worlds are freaking nuts. I wonder if any of you have actually seen that one. And many of us are trying to bring more sanity to your world, but it keeps rejecting it. Of course, you have your own way of sanity, but, more calmer energies in due time. With Arcturian sending you energies, continue to communicate with everyone that you wish. Blessings.